I got some cheesecake here that is guaranteed to knock you off your New Year's diet.
Oh, none for me, thanks.
Erica, you hardly touched your dinner. If you want to go straight to dessert, I promise I won't tell Mona.
Laurel, the salmon was delicious, really. Please don't take my nibbling as any kind of reflection on your cooking.
Maybe you'd like some fruit or something.
Instead of trying to force feed me, why don't you try showing some compassion for my nerves?
You're absolutely right. Where are my manners? Laurel, Miss Kane would like a little tea and sympathy with her cheesecake.
Jack, I am going on trial, and not for unpaid parking tickets. I am being charged with attempted murder.
I heard something about that, as I recall.
If the jury finds me guilty tomorrow, my life will be over. Now, doesn't that mean anything to you?
Obviously not as much as it means to you.
You are so selfish. Oh. And just totally inconsiderate and
Wait. I have been trying all night to take your mind off this trial.
Well, don't, please. I don't wish to be distracted. My entire life is hanging in the balance. When you invited me over here this evening, I really assumed that we would be discussing my legal strategy. I have no desire to make idle chit-chat about the weather or dessert.
All right, fine. I'm sorry that our company bores you. Maybe it would be best if you just went home and went to bed.
Out there. Tom and Tad and Derek standing guard like good little soldiers.
Oh, forget about those vultures, darling. Try to really savor having some time to play here with your little son.
It's hard to do that when I know that they're out there and they're just waiting.
All right, I'll take care of them. You stay here and rest.
Let's do some blanc. Want to do some blanc?
You're so good. Want to do a garage? Come here. Come on over here. Let's do a garage for the car. Come. You do such nice garages. I think you're going to be an architect. What do you think? You just want to knock them down. Here.
Officer, is it absolutely necessary for you to be so near the house?
How's Brooke holding up? Any luck talking her into the hospital?
No. And it's more than I can bear.
Maybe just try to stay calm.
How? That the poor child isn't even thinking straight. I will never get her to agree to have that operation. It's as if she has an unconscious death wish.
Don't say that, Phoebe. Don't even think it. She's going to pull through this. She's going to get the help she needs somehow.
Well, not from you, you assassin, adulterer.
If you want to bring me up on morals charges, you can do it later. Right now, Brooke's survival is the only thing that counts. There's got to be a way to get through to her.
Well, you'll never find the way. What Brooke needs now is a man, a real man, a man she can trust, somebody she could...
Why didn't I think of it before? What Brooke needs is Edmund.
Edmund, everybody else has tried. You're the only one left. Please, won't you try to save her life? You're her last chance. It's not too late. Please, Brooke needs you.
My Children. Brought to you by Dinty Moore Beef Stew, a real meat and potatoes meal.
Excuse
Excuse me.
Wait.
No, it's okay. I'll just wait for you back inside. I don't want to interrupt if
You're
you
not going anywhere. I want you to hear this, too.
He's right, Maria. Really, please stay.
Well, I'm not quite sure I heard you correctly. Did you say that Brooke's life needed saving?
That's right. Her pregnancy is ectopic.
Oh, no.
She refuses to believe it. Dr. Cudahy got her to check into the hospital for the laparotomy, but she ran off before she could have the procedure.
Doesn't she understand that if her fallopian tube burst that she could die?
Yes. Well, no. Cudahy explained everything, okay? He told her that surgery is her only option, but she thinks that Cudahy and Tad are in some kind of conspiracy to take her baby away. She doesn't trust anyone. Tad, Tom, and Livia Cudahy, they've all tried to explain to her that surgery is her only option, but she won't hear them. She sees that they're all her enemies. She's tuned everybody out.
Well, so what? So why do you think that Edmund would have a better chance of getting to her?
Because we've just explored and exhausted all the other options. He's the only hope that Brooke has left. I'm really sorry. It looked like you were celebrating in there. I never would have interrupted if I didn't think that it was a desperate situation. If Edmund can just get through to Brooke, if he can just convince her to have this operation before she... As a doctor, you must understand.
Yes. I understand perfectly.
Edmund, will you please go to Brooke?
Does Brooke want to see me? Did she ask for me by name?
No. As a matter of fact, she didn't.
Edmund, have you taken leave of your senses?
After what's happened today, probably.
Well, it won't work.
Why not?
Well, there was a time, yes, when Brooke would have done anything that Edmund asked. But when she begged him to say that he was the father of her unborn child, he flatly refused.
Yeah, well, that makes him a hero in my book.
Well, in her book, it was an outright betrayal. I wouldn't be surprised if she even blames him for having lost custody of Jamie.
Yeah, well, she's got Jamie back. And I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the next year of his life explaining to him why his mommy had to go to heaven.
Oh, bite your
come
tongue.
on, Phoebe. You said yourself there was a time that Brooke would have done anything for Edmund. So even if the last thing she ever said to him was, I hate your guts, if there was the real thing between them, then it's still there. All he's got to do is step up and remind her. With any luck, she'll realize she's got a hell of a lot to live for.
You're assuming that Brooke will even deign to see the man, let alone let him talk her into having surgery.
Phoebe, I'm with Tad. Look, I think it's a long shot, but we're so close to the wire. What choice do we have?
None, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm going to go try and find Edmund. And if you can table your hatred of me long enough, I'd like you to start laying the groundwork. Last thing we need is for Edmund to show up and for Brooke to slam the door in his face.
Well, I'll do my best.
Yeah, well, you just be careful, because sometimes your best is none too subtle.
Well,
don't get upset, Phoebe. Look, if Brooke even suspects for a second that Edmund is on his way over, it'll give her time to shore up her emotional defenses. Just take her on a nice little stroll down memory lane. Soften up the ground, let Edmund do the rest.
The day I need help from you to tell me how to handle my own niece is the day that I resign as dear Aggie.
Wish me luck.
All of it good.
I'm sorry, darling. I tried every trick in the book, but they wouldn't budge. Where's Tad? Oh, he's gone into town in search of coffee. I forbade Mrs. Valentine to surrender as much as a single bean to that scallywag.
Thank you, Aunt Phoebe.
For what?
For letting me spend time here with Jamie.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, darling, this is your home. But it does feel right being here again, doesn't it? Oh, if only these walls could talk.
Seems like ages ago. Life seemed simpler. But there's not any percentage in looking back, is there? So, life goes on, and that's exactly what I intend to do. I'm going to go on with Jamie and this baby.
Well, I really enjoy being in this house with you. It's like opening a time capsule. So many memories and changes. I have to admit, I do miss our dear sweet Edmund.
You are sending me home? Like some recalcitrant child?
You said it, I didn't.
Of course not, Erica. You're our guest, and we would like you to stay. Wouldn't we, Jack?
To subject myself to some more inane after-dinner chit-chat?
Erica, you didn't think this was a working dinner now, did you, really?
Would anybody like some coffee? What else was I supposed to think? My trial is in 12 hours. This is our final opportunity to do any last-minute revisions of our game plan.
Yes, please. Cream. No sugar.
What are you talking about? Our game plan doesn't need any last-minute revisions. Look, if you have any questions, go over with Livia tomorrow morning. That's all.
Why isn't Livia here tonight? I mean, I was stunned to walk in here and find you decanting wine and tuning in easy listening on a stereo. I feel like I have stumbled into a Perry Como album cover.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if our humble little get-together here doesn't challenge your towering intellect.
Well, what are we going to do, play Parcheesi? And after that, charades? Title, 3 words, Trial by Jury.
Actually, I have a game in mind. Hangman.
Oh, that's not funny. I am getting Livia over here right now.
Don't you dare, because my partner is right where any lawyer worth her salt should be. At home relaxing, so that she can be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for your trial tomorrow. Now, look, we have been up and down your defense, inside and out. You and Livia could not be more prepared if you wanted to be.
And this is so easy for you to say, because your future is not hanging on the balance.
Erica, there's such a thing as being too prepared. Like, remember when you were in school, you'd stay up all night trying to cram for an exam, and the next morning you'd get up, your nerves were so jangled, when you got to school, you couldn't even put your name on the top of the test paper because you were so nervous.
That never happened to me.
Oh.
I thrive on pressure. Thank you very much. You tell me I have a deadline. I am at the peak of my powers.
Well, that's fine if you're introducing a new perfume, but as you have reminded me all too often, this is your life on the line. Now, we don't want some nervous wreck in the courtroom tomorrow. What we want is somebody who's calm and collected. So I thought, silly me, that a nice quiet dinner with friends and an evening's rest would be your best ticket to prepare you for what's coming. I rest my case.
Well, this does look very nice. May I take a doggy bag home?
You're not going to leave.
My lawyer prescribes it. Tells me I need a good night's sleep.
Well, he is the best.
To hear him tell it.
And so is Livia. And please don't worry about tomorrow. You're in good hands.
Look, thank you for the dinner.
Yeah, both forkfuls.
You know, it's only normal that my stomach would be a little jumpy. Normally, I don't put any stock in coincidence, but it is eerie to me that Richard Fields happens to be in Pine Valley at this very moment in time. I mean, I am standing trial, Jack, because my worst nightmare has literally come back to haunt me.
You know, I think in the next life I'm going to do something less stressful, like maybe be a lion tamer or one of those guys that goes over the falls in a barrel.
I was waiting for one of you to throw a punch. My money's on you.
If you believe the goal